Watch It Played. My name is Luke Smith, and this is
Rodney Smith.
And we have another Space Hulk Adventure episode that we're going to do, and all the gene stealers, I'm going to steal everybody's genes, I said.
Before they steal any genes, there's one question I wanted to answer we had from Run Cornlights in the YouTube comments, and he wanted to know, because sometimes our Space Marines, their guns get jammed when they're on Overwatch. That's happened a couple of times to us. And so what happens to unjam it? First, you're going to have a free command point. So if we then see, after the jam, if we then see a gene stealer take an action, we can spend a command point to unjam the gun. As soon as it's unjammed, you immediately go back on Overwatch. You don't have to spend 2 more command points to go back on Overwatch or to pay for an Overwatch action. All right. Now, keep in mind, though, you're going to have to wait until a gene stealer moves again to be able to actually fire on Overwatch now that you're unjammed. So it does take away a turn from you, but you don't have to pay the full Overwatch cost, which is good. So a good tip, generally, is after you're done taking all of your actions with your Space Marines and you're about to hand it over to the gene stealer, it's good to save at least 1 command point in case you do end up with one of those jams. All right. That's the question answered. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue this Space Hulk adventure.
Captain Dallas, this is Command. Be advised, we have several contacts approaching your position. This is Captain Dallas. We have no contact. We have no contact. Over. Wait a minute. What's that?
Now, Brother Jack, after having just witnessed Brother Nova destroyed by a gene stealer, is looking to get some righteous revenge. So he's going to attack right away using his bolter. And it's a miss. Now he's going to attack a second time. This time it will be sustained fire. So a 5 or 6 will hit. And that time we have a hit. So this gene stealer is going to be removed, and Brother Jack still has 2 action points left. So he's going to spend them to turn once and turn a second time. So now he's facing this way down the hallway. So now I'm going to take the actions for Captain Dallas. You might have noticed I didn't credit anyone with the moves this turn. That's because I'm really undecided about what I want to do with Captain Dallas. I read the moves someone suggested in the YouTube comments, and depending on how these first 2 moves go, I may divert quite a bit from what that person suggested. However, if things don't go the way I'm hoping they will, then I'll fall back to what I consider to be a slightly more conservative move suggested by one of our online viewers. That doesn't mean it's the wrong move, but I'm itching to do something a little more aggressive. So the first thing I'm going to have Captain Dallas do is move forward once and take the free shot. And of course, he's aiming at this gene stealer here. And it's a miss. So now he's going to move forward again and shoot again. Because he moved, it's not going to be sustained fire. It's going to have to be a 6 in order to be a hit. And it's a miss. Now, because I didn't roll 6s, I think I'm going to default back to the more conservative plan submitted to us by Biff McGee on the YouTube comments. Now, what he actually wanted to do was go 1 step forward and then go on Overwatch. I think that actually might be a little bit risky because I'd like to put a little bit more space between us and these advancing gene stealers so we have a few more shots on Overwatch. What I was thinking I would do if I had succeeded in destroying this gene stealer, we would have seen how many gene stealers were underneath this blip. And if I thought it was manageable, I would have considered rushing straight up here and trying to wipe out as many as possible. And that way give us, hopefully, a way to keep this whole area beyond this intersection clear. And that would give us room to get our flamer up here and hopefully destroy our objective. Now I'm a little bit worried that we won't have enough shots, especially if there are 3 gene stealers sitting underneath of this blip. Now before we go on Overwatch, I am going to take 1 more shot. And this time, because I haven't moved, it is going to be sustained fire. And I'm really hoping to find out what's underneath of that blip. So here we go. It's another miss. I was going to go on Overwatch, but now I'm very tempted to roll again because, come on, what are the chances I won't roll a 5 or 6? So we're going to have to spend a command point here. Going to attack again. Thankfully, it's a hit. Now, I said that was a command point that had to be used. I was mistaken. That was actually our 4th action. But now, in order to go on Overwatch, I am going to spend 2 action points. So I'll do that right now. And I will put Captain Dallas on Overwatch. Now, you realize, of course, here, Luke, we've revealed the blip. Do you want to flip that over and show us what it is?
Ta-da!
Oh, no, it's 3. 3 Gene Stealers. So these are going to have to go, one's going to go here, one's going to have to go in the space there, Luke, and then one in behind. So it looks like maybe taking the more conservative move was the right idea. We might have just spared Captain Dallas. It's at this point you're going to realize why Biff McGee wanted us to move Captain Dallas one step closer to the objective, because it would allow us to maximize the number of points we can use for Sergeant Castile. Because you'll notice here, we're going to move him right now. We're going to move him 2 spaces and then do a turn. And we still have an action point left. So if Captain Dallas was a little farther forward, we'd be able to move Sergeant Castile forward as well. And now to be especially conservative. With that remaining action point, as well as 1 command point, I'm going to spend 2 to put Sergeant Castile on Overwatch as well, just in case something bad happens to Captain Dallas. So things are about to get pretty hot here in Space Hulk, because Heavy Flamer Walters is about to take his first shot of the game. He's going to be targeting this Gene Stealer here, which means the entire section that Gene Stealer is on is going to be engulfed in flames. So what I'm going to be doing is rolling 1 die for each model in that section, and on a roll of 2 or higher, that model will be destroyed. So I'm going to start with this model here. And that's a hit.
Oh.
So this model is going to be removed. Now we have to roll a 2nd die for this model as well. And I'm going to roll it again, see if we can get it in the dice box.
No!
That's another hit. That means now this Gene Stealer is removed, and we're going to place this blast marker here in the room. This will help remind us that this room is on fire, which means it'll block line of sight and models cannot pass through it. As well, we've used up one of the 6 shots that we have with the Heavy Flamer weapon. With his remaining 2 action points, he's going to move 1 space and turn. And then we're going to spend 2 more action points to move him 2 more spaces. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that. It was a more conservative move, which means we didn't get as far down the hallway as maybe would have been helpful. At the same time, we did wipe out a couple of Gene Stealers, and we kind of know how many we're facing right now, of course, until Luke pulls 2 more blips, which you're about to do. So go ahead and take a look, Luke, and we'll give Luke a quick break so he can think about how he wants to place these blips.
All right, I know where I'm going to put my blips. I'm going to put 1 blip right here and another blip right here. I'm going to start by moving this blip 6 spaces. Now I'm going to move this Gene Stealer 1 space, but because my dad's on Overwatch, he gets 1 free shot.
That's right. Let's see how it goes. It's a miss.
Yes! Now I'm going to move him 1 more space.
I get another shot. It'll be sustained fire. A 5 or 6 will destroy it. Another miss.
Yes! And I'm going to move him 1 more space.
Captain Dallas has got to get this hit or he's in big trouble. And it is a hit.
No!
This Gene Stealer is removed.
I'm going to take 1 move with this Gene Stealer.
And this is interesting. Because this Gene Stealer moved out of my line of sight, I'm not able to fire at it on Overwatch.
And now I'm going to move this Gene Stealer 1 more space.
Now I get the shot, because now he's in my line of sight. And it is a hit.
No!
So this Gene Stealer gets removed. Now, Luke, I hope you're not getting too discouraged. because Captain Dallas does seem to be landing all of his shots. So what do you want to do next?
I'm going to move this Gene Stealer one more space.
And I will get a free shot here, Luke. Let's see what I get. It is a miss.
Yes!
So what do you want to do now?
I'm going to move 2 spaces and turn.
Now you might have noticed how Luke moved that Gene Stealer that time. I just want to show you, because Gene Stealers can move sideways, here's another way he can move them. 1, 2, and of course they get the free turn. So on that move, that turn could have been for free. But either way, there was enough action points to do it the way Luke did it as well.
And now I'm going to move this Gene Stealer 1 space and hope he doesn't get shot.
I don't know, Luke. Captain Dallas has been pretty accurate. Let's see. It is a miss.
Phew.
Are you going to risk moving again?
Yes.
Playing very risky. All right, a 5 or a 6 will kill this Gene Stealer. It's a miss. Are you moving again?
No. Last thing I'm going to do is move this blip 5 spaces.
All right, that brings us to the end of another round of Space Hulk. Luke, let me just show you. We actually had 6 action points, which means one of them got wasted. I was actually saving one in case I got jammed, but if I had known you were going to stop moving this Gene Stealer, I would have spent that action point to maybe move this guy up a little bit farther or done something with it. But anyway, I need to roll for my command points for the next round. So let's say goodbye to Luke. Luke, we'll see you later.
See you guys.
Get out of here. All right, let's hope our good fortune continues with the command point rolling. A 2. Not that great. Let's re-roll since we have Sergeant Castile. Another 2. Almost like Sergeant Castile was trying to sabotage us with that poor re-roll. Don't know about that guy. Something's not right with him. Anyway, we've got 2 command points. We're going to put them face down on mission status display. Now it's time for me to turn over to the playmakers once again. Now we had a little bit of difficulty finding a playmaker who wanted to take that last turn, and I don't blame them. I thought Captain Dallas was going to bite it this round, but he pulled through with some great dice rolls. So listen, if you're a playmaker and you want to take control of a key turn, I think another one's coming up. If you're a little nervous about that, I don't blame you. Listen, we have great YouTube contributors, and we used one of them in this video, and we'll use them again if we have to. So continue to suggest what you think should be done in the YouTube comments. And we appreciate, as always, you continue to watch our series. We'll see you again real soon in the next episode. But until then, thanks for watching.
Captain, despite your luck, you are still moving too slowly. You're a fool if you think I've gotten you this far on just luck, Sergeant. When the man behind you is carrying a sword, you should be careful how you talk to him. And you should know by now that I handle my enemies with more than words. Fall in line, Sergeant.